This is Marie Gasper-Hulvat.
Juli-Ann Gasper.
So we are now standing in front of Vladimir Tatlin's counter relief from 1916 in the new Tretiakov Gallery in Moscow, Russia. So we have a panel of wood mounted on the wall and some cut steel or some sort of metal. I guess it says iron, wood, and zinc is the materials that this is made of. So some iron panels that have been cut and nailed in interesting ways, bent, curved. So we can kind of walk around this piece. It's not just a painting on a wall. We're moving around it to see it from different angles, to see what it looks like from a different place. And you just bent down and looked up underneath it and
look inside the shapes and see the inside surface as compared to the outside surface, and the light that's coming from the skylights or the roof lights and changes the way each surface looks, even though it's the same metal.
So this is one of the first examples of the movement that we would call constructivism. We looked at abstract art, we looked at suprematism in terms of Malevich, and Tatlin was one of the pioneers and forefathers, I guess you could say, of the constructivist movement, which came out of the movement of abstract painting. This is a very abstract work. This is playing with forms in interesting ways. This is working with materials in totally non-representational ways. This doesn't look like anything. I mean, it could look like many things, and it's metal and wood.
It looks like it could be taking one of the paintings and interpreting it in three-dimensionally.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. It's using and playing with the balance of weights of different forms, different geometric shapes, and their weight. So one of the most important things for the constructivist movement was attention to material. We talked about that with attention to material in terms of the paint. The constructivist movement took that to a whole different level and said, why don't we use real materials? Let's not just use paint. Let's use wood. Let's use metal. Let's think about ways in which real objects and raw materials work in terms of art. And let's think about how that works in real life. Let's bring it out into 3 dimensions. It's a counter relief. It's not dug into the wall. It's brought out at you. So the constructivists were interested in this issue of the material essence of the work of art, what we're using as the material, what the fundamental properties of that material are. So with metal, one of the fundamental properties is that it bends in interesting ways. We can play with it in terms of the ways that we crease the metal and we round it around things. And it has sharp edges. So all of those different elements of metal, of sheet metal, are brought forth in this work of art.
You can't shade.
You can't shade, no.
From gray to white to
black. No, it's all grayish metal. I don't love constructivist works of art because for me, art is very much about color. But nevertheless, I can appreciate it because I find it interesting how they really wanted to explore something very pure about objectness. Mm-hmm.